All right. Good evening. How is everybody doing this evening? So, again, just for those of you that had no idea, some of you obviously did because you're here. I'm doing the live stream tonight because I have a wedding to attend to tomorrow. I'm also going to do my next live stream on Saturday as opposed to Sunday because Sunday I will be on the road. I'm going to be heading towards Sturgis. So I will explain that in a moment as well. Okay. Um, but before we get into that and the video and the topic, there's like two different things I want to talk about. We're going to be talking about the gift that Biden has just given Putin. So we'll talk about that multi-billion-dollar gift realistically. And also, we're going to talk about the newest cyber attack that has happened again, okay, because there is obviously another one. So we're going to get into that in a little bit here. But before we do, I just want to remind everybody if we have any interruptions with the stream, any problems, that I will get right back on right away. Again, since I've switched carriers, we haven't had an issue since then. So that is good news. So I'm really happy about that. Um, also, uh, I want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So I ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple rules, then you will be booted out of here by those awesome people that you see lit up in blue, because we're just not going to have it. Okay. So that just kind of explains that really, really quickly. So, we're just not going to have. I got to tell you, I laughed. I had somebody come in, and so I have to explain this because I just find this baffling to me. So at the end of all of my videos, I always say we are one race, the human race, right? That we got to stop letting people divide us by color, by religion, and by political affiliation. I'm mentioning that constantly at the end of my videos. All right. And I had a black gentleman, and I will say the race because this is pertinent to what I'm trying to say, come in and say, I want to challenge you to a debate, a one-on-one debate. He says, because you had nothing nice to say about black people, in the last 4 years and blah, 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 and all this other nonsense. And I'm like, does this dude watch my videos? I will call out hypocrisy when I see it. If that is offensive to you and you don't like that and you don't like the truth, generally I feel this way. That's your problem, But I just thought that was hysterical. But this is the type of stuff, guys, that I literally deal with on a daily basis. It is just unbelievable, and yeah, he's been following me for 4 years, but I'm the racist, and he wants to call me out. Yeah, so once again, and I'll tell you what, and I have some of you guys are just unbelievably loyal fans. You guys are just absolutely fantastic. You've been following me for a long time, and you watch everything that I do, and and I do appreciate. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. But I will tell you what, the people that hate you will watch you closer and scrutinize everything that you say and that you do way more than your most loyal fan. If that's, you know, because they're looking for anything to either jam you up, try to get you in trouble, try to catch you in a lie. And it is just amazing to me. It really is that you would take that time and effort instead of, heaven forbid that you would take that time and effort and put it into something constructive, something positive. But because it's somebody you hate, that you would take that time and energy to do that. It's just, it is amazing to me. It really, really, truly is. But that's, what are you going to do? That's part of what we deal with. And it's not just me. It was the shirt. Yeah, right. Exactly. It's not just me. It's every YouTuber does it. See, the thing is, the difference between me and a lot of people will try to placate and suck up the people, and I won't. I will never apologize for what I do. If I screw up or if I'm wrong on a topic, I will be the first to come back on here and say, hey guys, I made a mistake and I was wrong. But I will never apologize for any kind of statements that I make that I feel that are justified or true, or those type of things. So, but I know, right? I know it's surprising that I say it like it is, and sometimes people don't like that. It is amazing. So, but why the change to Tuesday and Thursday? Did I miss something? Yes, Jane. I have a wedding to go to on Saturday or Friday night. Tomorrow night I'm going to a wedding, so that's why one of the days was switched. And then Sunday I will be on the road all day. I'm still going to try to do a live stream once I get to the hotel, but because I didn't do a live stream last Sunday because of the prepper get together, that's why I did Tuesday. So I just kind of, like I said, okay, well, I'll do Tuesday, Thursday. I'm definitely going to do a stream for you guys on Saturday, and then I leave for Sturgis on Sunday. Okay. Hey, did you get my email back to you? Yeah, I did get it, Pam, and I will be giving you a call. I don't know what the problem is or why you can't access that, because you should be able to, but hopefully we can walk through it together, okay? And maybe he didn't realize that at one time you had a black girlfriend. You know what? Who knows? But of course they'll, but here's the funny thing. It's funny. CKOC. I will tell you what the problem was like when I was dating that young lady when I was in North Carolina, and the blacks. It was okay, perfectly fine for every black man to date every white woman out there. That was perfectly fine and that was acceptable. And I'm not trying to get into the race thing because I find it to be ridiculous, to be honest with you. But they couldn't stand it that a black girl was dating a white guy. That was not acceptable. That they just were like, they were livid about that. So regardless of how her and I felt about each other, she couldn't, like I said, it was her. She's the one that broke that off. It wasn't me, because I don't, I know you guys are going to find this hard to believe. I don't care what anybody thinks. Whatever I choose to do in my life, if you don't like it, that's on you. That's not on me. But she could not deal with the way that people treated us as an interracial couple. So that's why she broke that relationship off. And she told me, she said, and I know I'm repeating myself here, and anybody that's watched the channel knows, she told me, she said, Ed, you're everything I've always wanted in a man, except that you're white. And she says, and I know you don't care what other people think. She goes, but I can't take the hatred. And that's why we went our separate ways. I never looked at her as a black woman. I looked at her as a woman. And it was a woman who I was very attracted to. She was an awesome person. And I'll be honest with you, I would have settled down. I would have married her. I would have had kids with her, the whole thing. But you know what? It wasn't meant to be. Yes, and at least she was honest. Wolfang just said, yep, at least she was honest. And I respected that aspect of it. I always respect that aspect. If somebody's going to be honest with you and share that with you, I will always respect that. So, but, it's unfortunate. It happens. So what are you going to do? Is Heather going with you to Sturgis? How long are you going to be gone? Okay, no, Heather's not going to go because she's not 21 yet. And for her to actually get into a lot of places there, you have to be 21. So there's two things I'm going to do, and then I promise you we're going to get on to topic, and we're going to talk about this whole thing, I promise. So there's two things that I got to do first. So first of all, I want to tell you why I'm leaving for Sturgis Sunday. I know Sturgis doesn't start until later. I am going with my buddy who is part of they're American Legion Riders. It's a club of strictly just veterans. I've done some rides with these guys. They're a good group of guys. Well, they're having their chapter meeting in Sturgis the week before Sturgis starts. So we will actually get into Sturgis as of Wednesday. We will be getting into the hotel as of Wednesday. So we're going to be there from Wednesday, and then we're going to leave on Sunday. So I'll be in Sturgis for 4 days. I know that on Monday is when actually Sturgis is going to start, the following Monday. We're already going to be gone because we're going to be leaving on the Sunday. I would like to have hung out and stayed a few extra days for that part of it, but he has to be back because he has some other things that he has to do. And I had agreed to ride out with him, so I'm going to ride out with him, and I'm going to ride back with him as well. So that's why I'm not actually going to be there for the event of Sturgis, unfortunately. Maybe next year. But we're going to be there the week before. And so I'm sure there'll be parties going on. I'm sure people are going to be there early, and it won't be as crowded, which would be kind of cool too. And I definitely, like I said, I want to go. I want to ride into Black Hills. I want to go to Deadwood. I want to see Mount Rushmore. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do while we're out there. There's something else that my buddy Eric was telling me that I had to do, was some canyon that we have to ride through that's over near Deadwood. So we may do that as well. We probably will do that as well. But so that's what's going on. And so they're doing their, major meeting out there. And so I am going to be, riding out there with him. And then we're hooking up with all the rest of the guys. A lot of guys are trailering their bikes out. They're not riding out. We're riding out. So it's from my house. Those of you who hate me know exactly where I am. It is 1,540 miles one way. So it will be very, very interesting, and it's going to be a long, long ride. So really quickly, before we start this, I want to give some shout outs because I have some new members. If you go to my main page on my channel, you will see the join button. There's 3 levels of preppers. There's beginning prepper, moderate prepper, and then there's hardcore prepper. Okay. The advantage of the hardcore preppers is they get a private live stream once a week on Mondays. And so just putting that out there, if you are interested, you will go to my main page. You will see the join button. You click on that, and you can be at whatever level that you would like to be at. But I wanted to give shout outs really quickly because we do have a few new people in here. All right. So with beginning preppers, we have Rini Macandola. If I'm saying her name wrong, I do apologize. She walks alone. Nate Dampier, who's right on here, as you see, he's lit up in green. He is a part of the beginning preppers. And then we have Julie Weigel. She's the latest, newest member at that level. The moderate preppers, we have Desiree Hall and Tiger TYGER 454. They're the latest member at the moderate level. The hardcore prepper level, we have 4 people. Extremist and I Know It, Pamela Sherry, and Kimberly Brick, and then we have a new one, Kathy Same Old Love. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I did not, but I just wanted to give those folks a shout out. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel by becoming a member of those groups because it definitely does help as well. All right. So anyway, so here's another thing. Somebody had asked this question, so I'm going to address this part of it and this part only because I really can't get into the whole thing. Is everybody knows that I am facing some legal action because of some Yahoo on YouTube. That's the only reason that is happening. So somebody had asked me, is it okay that I travel out of state and stuff like that? I did consult with a lawyer, and the lawyer did tell me, as long as I am back for my court date, it is not a problem. I can go anywhere I want because I'm convicted of nothing. And I will not be convicted what I was charged with, just so you know. So I am free to travel. I can go wherever I want to go. And so nobody can stop me on that. So if the haters were hoping that once I got on my trip that they would call and try to get me in trouble, sorry for your trouble. But no, it's all right that you ask. I'm not going to get into discussion of what's going on with that. And when it is done and resolved, I will basically just tell you folks that it's done and resolved. I'm not going to get into details at that point in time, but we'll cross those bridges when we get there. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so let's get into topic. I know we're 14 minutes in, and wow, he's finally talking about the topic. Yes. So Biden, if you guys remember, had a meeting with Merkel, the German chancellor, and they had come to an agreement with agreeing to allow the Russian pipeline to be completed so that Germany can get their oil from Russia. Now, a lot of things with that. So you think, oh my God. So first of all, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, according to the news media and everybody, that Trump was in Putin's pocket. if I remember correctly. And I'm just speculating here. So let's just try to, because I get confused because I'm pretty stupid when it comes to these things. And I thought that Trump was in Putin's pocket. Why didn't Trump approve that pipeline? He had 4 years to do it, right? They could have said, yes, go ahead. But nope, there was restrictions on there so that they could not do the pipeline. But now Biden has agreed. They came to an agreement, and they're going to allow Russia to finish this pipeline. Now, beyond the fact that the pipeline was 98% completed already, and there's literally nothing that they could have done to stop the pipeline, right? Except realistically alienate Germany if they didn't agree to say, hey, listen, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and complete the pipeline. So yeah, but remember, Trump is the one that was in Russia's pocket. But even though he was not the one that let this happen, it was Biden who let this happen. Isn't that interesting? I find these things fascinating. They just fascinate me. I find them very, very interesting. But I'm slow, so I don't know what's going on. But also, who does it hurt? Okay. Oh, that's right. It hurts the Ukraine. With this pipeline being in, Russia basically, you're talking billions of dollars that are going to be going into Russia's pocket. The Ukraine is the one that's going to be hurt. And oh, yeah, they don't get along anyway. Isn't that interesting? So Biden is asked about vaccinating young children, and he starts to talk about man on the moon question. I didn't see that. I did not see that. So, but, you know, Mark L said, applaud you for monetizing your channel, but had an observation. Your channel has not grown in many months. Your observation and opinion that your channel has changed, not for the better. Well, actually, Mark L, my channel has grown. I have picked up more subscribers. I pick up more subscribers all the time. So it does continue to grow. If you want to find out why it isn't growing faster, maybe you should contact YouTube. Because they do have a tendency to shadow ban certain channels when people are not getting notifications when I do a live stream, as we are doing right now, and they're not being notified that we're having a live stream, and people aren't getting notified when I put up a new video. When I have people that are subscribed to the channel and then all of a sudden they are unsubscribed to the channel and they write me and they say, hey, I was unsubscribed to your channel and I didn't do it. And then they resubscribe. So those would be all things that I would, as a ponderance question, ask. But thank you for your question. I didn't take that as a trollish comment. I mean, he has his opinion and that's fine. I am explaining it. That's it. So, but anyway, so what are we at? 545 in the chat, guys. We're at 201 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you real quick to do that. And I appreciate that. And thank you very much for doing that ahead of time. It also really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the better off that we will be on the channel. And thank you very much for that reason as well. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up, of course, is the third reason. So thank you ahead of time. And also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe and make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications. So I got a question here. Carol Prince says, did you hear that all the farmers across the U.S. are being forced to destroy their crops? Well, Carol, if you look back, actually, too, you look at the number of ranchers that were forced to destroy cattle. They did that as well. I think these things are being done on purpose. Again, when you are supplemented by the government can dictate what you do with those crops. So again, it's all about control. It is about pushing up the prices of everything, and they're causing shortages that way. And also when we've had a lot of crops that are destroyed because of inclement weather, obviously a lot of weather issues, but those are going to happen every year no matter what. But of course, we are going to blame it on global warming. That's the standard run out with everything. Anything that happens wrong, it's global warming. I wanted to address this too, guys. I wanted to address this because this kind of irritated me a little bit, but I do want to address this. So when I talked about the situation with China the other day in a video, and I was talking about, they were saying, it's 1,000 year flooding. When you have in a 3 day period, the amount of rain that a region of the country gets in a year, they get in 3 days. That is not a normal event, obviously, right? So, of course, what do I get in the comments? It's God's punishment against China for what they do. I want you guys to understand something. And I'm not going to even get into the whole God thing part of it. I want you to understand something. Our government puts out constantly evil China, evil China, evil China, evil China. Okay? The entire country is not evil. There's a lot of great people over in China. Probably the majority of the people, in my opinion, would probably be decent people that you would love to have as a neighbor, to work together and stuff like that. The government that's in charge is the problem, but that's according to our government. Now, their government in China is saying the same thing about us: evil Americans, bad Americans, all this type of stuff. So to say it's God's punishment against China for what they do, I don't care for that. I'll be honest with you, because I don't think that that's the case, because all those people over there are not evil. And so to lump the entire country into a category, okay, it's like saying, okay, and I'm just going to put this out there because this is one of the stereotypes, right? One of the stereotypes. All Mexicans are lazy, right? Isn't that a stereotype? You've heard that they're all lazy, right? Well, that's hogwash, because not all Mexicans are lazy. Actually, in every race across the world, you're going to be lazy people. So to lump every Chinese person in that category is these evil folks is wrong. And that's just my take on it. You can take that for what it is, and that's where I stand with that. But I just saw those comments and I'm like, you know what? No, I left them. I left them up there, but I find it uh, to be very, a true Christian person, and I'll put it like this: a true Christian person would not ever make that comment. And that's what I'm going to say about that. Because I believe that in the Bible it says to love everybody. So it's amazing how that works. But people don't follow those aspects of the Bible. So, hey, East Tennessee Preparedness, gas money for the hog on your way to Sturgis. Have fun, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Very, very kind of you, and thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, but Rick Mountain said, disagree. The majority of Chinese citizens, hold on a second. How to read this comment. Would slice your neck is taught as part of their culture. And I'm going to disagree with that again, and I will tell you why. I had a buddy of mine, true story, buddy of mine, meets a woman from China. They are corresponding online. He goes over to China, meets her in China, goes to some village in the middle of China, and people were fascinated by the American. Yes?
Can I go in the concert?
What's that?
Can I go to the concert?
Yes. Yes. Um, sorry. So he went in there. They treated him decently. He did say that he was followed by military type of personnel, making sure that he wasn't there doing anything, you know, wrong. But he said the people were absolutely fantastic. They treated him with dignity and respect. They were more fascinated because a lot of them never had seen an American ever. So to say that the majority of the Asians in China would slice your throat is an absolutely misnomer, in my opinion. Again, you have the right to your opinion. I have the right to my opinion. We can agree to disagree. That's the beauty of this channel, anyway. You can think whatever you want, and that's okay. And but I'm just going by what I know has happened and what's going on. But anyway, so of course we are completely off the rails with our subject that we're talking about. But I like to try to address what you are asking to in the comments, as well, because I think it's important. I never going to get to every comment, especially when we're doing these chats, because there's so many people in here. But I think that it's very, very interesting. Oh, and I do want to real quick get this out of the way, guys, because I started a sale on my website, preppernurse1.com, the legacy freeze dried food. We are doing a sale right now. So if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you click on store, it will drop down and say legacy foods. It'll take you to what we have in the store. What we have available is there. If you make a purchase there, 20% will come off automatically as you check out. That sale is going to go until the 8th of August. Okay, so we're doing that right now for you guys. I know I've talked about this before. There's not an emergency right now. Do I believe an emergency will be coming? They're gearing us up for that emergency. If you're paying attention at all, and they're doing the whole fear mongering thing and getting everybody scared, and oh my God, you need to go out and get your, you know what, your right. So they're all working that up. I believe we're going to have another crisis when the fall comes. That's my guess. Okay, and I believe it's coming. That's just what my opinion is. Okay, right now it's not an emergency. When an emergency happens, everybody and their brother will buy the legacy freeze dried foods. They'll buy Mountain House, Augustin Farm, and all the other ones out there, and everybody will be sold out again. While it's not an emergency, it's a great time to get it, and so do that now. Okay, and again, you can save 20% on your purchase. So I'm just putting that out there. Also on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is a CBD and hemp store. Definitely take advantage of that as well. You'll see that logo. You click on it, it will take you to their website. CBD products are helpful for a lot of different things. Definitely take advantage of that. If you do that, when you check out over there, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1 and you'll save 15% on your purchase over on their website. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Last thing, on my website, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community. Definitely take advantage of that. We set that up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. Free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Okay, so that's all the business part of it taken care of. Hey, Mountain Kayaker. I have Chinese friends that are more patriotic than the spoiled brats born here that hate America. I agree with you 100%. You know what? Thank you very much for the statement, and thank you very much for the donation. There's so many spoiled people in this country that just hate America, would love to see it go down. And you will find a lot of times that people that come from oppressed countries with oppressed governments come here and they're grateful to be here. They're happy to be Americans, and they're hardworking people. And I'm going to tell you what, the Asian community is one of the hardest working communities out there. Okay, they really truly are. You know who are the two laziest groups? Realistically, the two laziest groups in America, it's white people and black people. Those are the laziest ones. The most entitled, the most lazy, want everything for nothing, will sit on their behinds and just wait for that check to come in. Your immigrants that come in from South America will bust their stones and work hard and try to get ahead. They'll do jobs that other people won't do. Why do you think, and I want you guys to, really take this into consideration. Why do you think these people are streaming across the borders? They're streaming across the borders because big businesses know that they're going to go and work in the potato chip companies, in the poultry companies, in the different industries, the beef companies, and they hire them knowing that they're illegals, and they don't care because these people are not going to take vacation. They're not going to take bathroom breaks. They're going to work their butts off because they realize if they don't, they're going to get kicked out, and then they're going to get kicked out of the country. So, those are things that people need to be paying attention to. At the end of the day, generally, who is at fault with all the problems that we have in this country? Two entities. Big business, who is always going to make a buck off of everything, okay? And the other one is going to be the government. So ultimate control and always about making money. And they're going to make it off the backs of whoever they can make it off of, and they don't care. Now, I will say this. There's a lot of very hardworking white people. There's a lot of very hardworking black people. But in general, the entitlement attitude in this country is primarily with the white and the black population. And probably like third generation Hispanic population as well, to be honest with you. Once they've been here long enough, they get lazy. It's the same thing. And again, not all of them. There's a lot of very hardworking people out there. So please don't ever think that, Oh, Prepper Nurse One says all white people and all black people. That's not what I'm saying at all. But those are the ones that have been here for a long time and they're entitled. And you look at the younger generation is so entitled it makes me sick to my stomach because nobody wants to work for anything anymore. I remember as a child, okay, I do remember as a child realizing that if I wanted anything in life, I had to go out and get a job and work for it. And that's exactly what I did. I worked from a very early age because I liked having my own money, not waiting around for somebody to give me money. So that's well, okay. So hold on, let me take my soapbox and I'll set it back over here because I'm going to get off of that now. But yeah, it's just the whole system is broken. So when people talk about a reset, I absolutely believe um, I absolutely believe we need a reset in this country. And unfortunately, for that reset to happen, a tremendous amount of people are going to go, and it's unfortunate, but it's going to be necessary. It's going to be necessary. Our favorite restaurant is closing or reducing hours as they cannot get workers. A lot of them can't because these people can make more money sitting at home, and that's a shame. That is a shame, you know. So, but anyway, extremists and I'm still asking for prayers after being sick for 10 days. I seem to be getting better. Well, I hope you get better. Thank you very much, for saying that and letting us know. I being sick sucks. It's no fun, but I'm glad you're recovering. Yep, today's generation is full of lazy, entitled TikTokers. LOL. I like that because you're right. Yeah, they wouldn't know what to do if they didn't have that phone in their lap 24/7. They wouldn't know what to do. How long were you a nurse? Well, Cutter's Edge 101, I am still a nurse. I still have my license, so that has not changed. I graduated from nursing school in 1994, and I got my license in, what was it? I took my boards in April and I found out in May of 95 because back then you took your boards twice a year. You took them in April and you took them in October. So those were the only times then. I guess now they can take them whenever. But so I've been a nurse that long. So a very, very long time. And I was a CNA for 5 years before I became a nurse. So I've been in nursing for over 30 years. So I think I did my time. So and yes, I am retired from nursing, but I still, at this point, I probably will give up my license at some point because I can honestly say I have no intention of ever going back into nursing. I don't have any intention of it. So today, LA County Sheriff said Venice Beach homeless are 33% from California, and the rest are from elsewhere. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, everybody goes out there because the weather's going to be conducive to living like that. And California, you look how they are. So that's California did it to themselves. If you locked down and got rid of that, and you got rid of those people camping out in tents all over the place, you'd be in a much, much better situation. So here's an interesting. I want to bring this up, and I want to talk about this. And I started watching you in 2018 and came back this year. This channel is awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's Shanta Smith. I hope I said your first name right. I may have butchered it, and I apologize. Welcome back, and I'm glad you came back. It has been quite a journey, quite a journey. And I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed most of it. There's been moments, obviously, as you guys, anybody that's watching knows, there's been some interesting things happened. But I enjoy doing it, and and I do it because you guys are here. I mean, that's why I continue to do it. But Fucci says, or Fauci says, the jab is effective as long as you take preventative measures. So okay, so here's a question with that. You know what? I'm gonna let that go. Never mind. I they're so ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You know, Michigan lifestyle. I was a nurse's aide before you had to take a test. Oh, okay. So you've been doing it for a long, long time. I know I was a CNA myself. I did it for 5 years. Very, very hard, backbreaking work, very thankless work, very, very thankless work. The CNAs are the backbone of any nursing home. They are the ones that know the patients better than anybody else. I always used to tell my CNAs when I was working, I said, you guys know these people better than I do. If there's an issue or you see a change in somebody, I would say, come to me and let me know, because then obviously then I would have to deal with that situation. But they would notice something wrong with somebody way before I would, because it's like, you're busy and you're doing stuff and you're not having that interaction like the CNAs do. So, did your trespasser come back? Well, what we did, and I think the reason our trespasser was here, and again, it's like people were like, what trespasser? I didn't see any trespasser. If you go back to the very beginning of the video and I start talking and then I pan down the driveway, the deer is there as clear as day in the driveway, by the beans. And then she went around behind the grapes, and then I walked up and I saw her again. You could see her again, clear as day. And then she runs off after that because I was messing with the deer and calling her ma'am. I'm like, ma'am, why are you in my garden? It was funny to see her. But we have a spray that's non-toxic, and so with all the rain that we've had, obviously whatever spray was on there before has dissipated. So we sprayed that area again, and that keeps them away. So I knew Fauci was BS from day one. Seriously, day one. Yeah, he is. Like I said, he reminds me of a little rat. That's what he reminds me of. And you know, no, I never said the trespasser was human. I said we had a trespasser. That made it more fun because you didn't know, so you had to watch the video to see, and there it was. It was a deer. So if you haven't watched the video yet, and I can't believe people are like, I didn't see anything. What is he talking about? I'm like, so I went back and watched my own video, the beginning of it, and I was like, it's right there. How did you miss that deer? But yeah. So, because I'm like, I know I had the camera on her. So, yeah, deer can eat at my garden at the start of hunting season. There you go. Yeah, that would definitely make it easier to get one. That's for sure. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about this other situation that has been going on. There's been a bunch of companies. Were crashed today. They were down. We the people. Hey, PN1, what's your take on all these audits? Seems to me there's too many bumps in the road. It's just, you're right. There's way too many bumps in the road, and there's just it's at the end of the day. Thank you very much for the question, and thank you very much for the donation as well. It all comes down to be honest with you guys, it's all about controlling every aspect of our lives, because so many people have decided that they've had enough of this nonsense of our society, and they're stepping away, and they're embracing the off-grid lifestyle. They're embracing living free and not doing that traditional 9 to 5 grind. I'm going to tell you what, and this is what I truly believe, and I think, this affects a lot of people. A lot of people are very miserably unhappy. A lot of people are. You're working in jobs that you don't want to be in, but you're kind of stuck because you have to pay your bills. It's everyone is going through that type of stuff. So some people really like what they do, and they're blessed to be able to do what they want to do, but some people are not, and they're not happy about it, and they don't know any way to get out of it. And so it's a problem. And so when people decide, hey, I'm walking away from this and I'm going to go follow my own path, that's not what the people in charge, the real people in charge, want. They don't want you. They want you to be the good worker bee that goes to work every day, pays your bills, which continue to go up all the time, which your pay does not continue to go up all the time, and just do as you're told. And so, 3,200 businesses were hit today alone, Ed. I'm going to get into that. I promise you. And Chris Vincent says slave. Yeah, they're a slave to the system. And that's what a majority of the people are, absolutely a slave to the system. But as you have more and more people waking up and realizing there's a different way that we can do things, that you don't have to continue to do that same thing and miss out on life and miss enjoying life. You can do that. It is doable, and it's doable for everybody. Okay, but people are either too afraid to take the chance, or they're too concerned what other people are going to think. And so, when you make that leap and you make that jump and you make that, decision to change your life and to do something different, I'm going to tell you, I can't even begin to tell you how many people were skeptical of me being successful living off grid when I went off grid. A lot of people were like, there's no way he's going to do it. But I'm a determined individual and I'm a stubborn individual. And so, we did it. And it was not easy. And I'll be the first to admit it wasn't easy. And we had some rough times, but we got through it. But anybody can do it, I'm telling you. And you don't have to live and be miserable. You can actually be happy. And at the end of the day, if you can put more money back into your own pocket as opposed to putting it into the pocket of the banks and the credit card companies and, the big payments on boats and this and that and the other thing, stuff that you really do you need, or do is it because you want it or because you're being told this is what you need to have. I mean, if you look at television and you look at the commercials, they're telling you all the time you got to have the latest and greatest this, that, or the other thing, or you're just not hip and you're not in. That type of stuff doesn't make you happy. What for me personally, what makes me happy is to be able to spend time with the people that I love, to have that quality time, to be able to not be stressed out constantly and worried about, oh my God, how am I going to pay this, that, or the other thing. It's a whole different mindset, and it's a nice feeling. It really is. So one of the things, like I said, we've just had more attacks on a lot of different companies were having issues. Now, they're not calling these ones cyber attacks. They're not calling these ones cyber attacks because they don't know where it's coming from this time. That's what they're saying anyway. Okay, that's the information that's being put out there. Let me just put that out there. So they're saying that all these different things or companies were down, but they don't even know where it came from this time. I think you're going to see more and more of this happening, and I've talked about this before as well. They finally are putting blame where I think it belonged from the very, very beginning, on China. Okay, you have a country that wants to be the number one country in the world, and they know better than to come here and invade this country. They just know better because they know what they would be up against, and it's just so they do it a different way. If they can get us to destroy ourselves, that's what they're hoping for. So and that's we're playing right into their hands. Again, our Achilles heel in the United States of America is the power grid. That is our Achilles heel. If you can get us, that's the way to get us, and that's what they're working on. So let's do this real quick because it is 43. We're already 43. So I'm going to ask again. We're at 675 in the chat. We're 327 on thumbs up. So I'm going to ask for another thumbs up if you have not shot one yet. So I appreciate that and thank you ahead of time. Also, it really does help with algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. And I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's the third reason. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So let's do the egg count. All right. So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses up there. And we'll give you a moment to do that. So yesterday's egg count, I'll give you yesterday's first. Yesterday, because I don't think I told you, we had 9 eggs yesterday, and Thick Neck did lay yesterday, so that was a good thing. So I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses up here. All right, I've seen several correct answers, and I'm going to go with a name that I normally, it's because I know some of my regulars are actually right. But if you had the same guess as Michigan Lifestyle, which I've not called them out before for a right answer, with 8 eggs, then you were 100% correct today. We ended up with 8 eggs today, and Thick Neck did lay again, so she's laid the last 2 days in a row. She must have heard me saying that she was going to go in a stew pot, No, I wouldn't do that to her. I like her. And Jen F, you were right too. I saw you had 8. So there was a few others that had 8, but it was regular, so I can't always do regulars all the time. So, but yeah. So they, they're nice and steady. I'm not going to complain either way. So, but good chickens. They're fun. I like I said, I enjoy them. No more pullet eggs though. Last couple days, no pullet eggs. Last couple days. So just the regular eggs. So yesterday when they gave me 9, I was like, cool. So, but 8 today. So that was all right. Like I said, we'll take it. But I want to discuss too, guys. With everything that is going on in the push, and you see the push and I call them fear tactics because I believe that's exactly what they are. When you have, with the big push for Biden was to get what he wanted 70% by the 4th of July. And I think that as of right now, we're at 57% for the country. And so they will continue to roll out the next reason why you should. Okay. But the problem that I have, and this is just me speculating, like I like to speculate, the problem that I have when you have people in Congress, the Olympic athletes, baseball players that are fully vaccinated and they are coming up positive, truly, and they call them breakthrough cases. That's what they're called. They're called breakthrough cases. But the percentage of breakthrough cases is alarming to me. So realistically, and again, this is just a ponderance, this is just a question. How effective is it really? That is my question. And that's not me doing fear mongering. That's not me saying that, something is not effective. I'm just curious because it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And, and it is amazing to me. You look at, and I addressed this in the earlier video today, about the whole thing with this committee, the new committee that's going to look into, January 6th and what happened. But they're stacking the deck of the committee. They didn't want, there was a couple of Republicans that were very staunch Trump supporters. And so Pelosi said, no, they're not going to be on the committee. And she even said she wants to add anti-Trump Republicans to the committee. So tell me that's not a witch hunt. And geez, I wonder who will be to blame, right? It's amazing. It is amazing to me. And it's just a complete waste of time. Why don't we look into, this is what I think they should investigate. Tell me if I'm wrong, if you think the same thing. Who was the one that told the police to stand down? Who was the one that told the police not to come to work in mass that day? That they didn't need a large crowd of or a large presence of police officers to stop something from happening. That would be a curiosity question that I would have. Who was the one that made those decisions ahead of time, knowing that you were looking at a crowd of about 200 to 250,000 people or greater? I've heard the numbers as much as 500,000 people showed up. Okay. So to make sure that there wasn't an issue with that, why wouldn't you have a full police presence? Why wouldn't there have been a stronger response when issues came up? That would be my question. So here's a question too. Was it allowed to happen on purpose? My perspective, looking at it as an outsider who wasn't there, looking at the different videotapes that were allowed to be shown, I believe that it was done on purpose. It was a setup. Hey, Mountain Kayaker. Serge, now in Europe, most of the population was vaxxed. Yeah, well, but and that's the other thing too. I mean, that's what the other thing they're pushing, that they're saying that they're saying that the new outbreaks in the United States, that most of them are from people that have not gotten it yet. So the way to protect yourself is to get it, which again, that is your choice, one way or the other. And I have a problem with this. Is what I truly have a problem with. What is it any of your business as an individual if I have or have not? It's my life. It is my choice. It is my body. It is my choice. So that's kind of where I'm at, you know. And like I said, again, I have this crazy, weird thing called an immune system. And as long as I keep that going well and getting proper rest and taking my vitamins and trying to eat right, it's amazing, how that works. But what do I know? But boy, I'll tell you what, and I am not a television watcher. I'll go over to Mom and Bex and I'll be talking to them. And in the snippets of time that I'm there and the propaganda on television, I'm just like, holy crap. And people that watch a lot of television, they're being inundated with that 24/7, constantly, constantly, constantly. So, it scares people, frightens people. And I don't think that that's the way that you get people to comply, by using fear as a motivator for people, or, uh, manipulation. I don't think that that's the way it should be done either. So that's just my take on it. Everybody can do as they choose. It's individual choice. Once again, I'm not going to tell you to. I'm not going to tell you not to. You have to make a choice as an individual what you want to do. So that's where I stand with that, and I don't think it's anybody's business. I only watch YouTube now. Sheila B just said. I don't blame you. Like I said, I gave up television when I moved out here. I got rid of it all. There was I was over there the other day talking to Mom and Becky, and it was some show that they were talking. This show's coming on, and I'm like, wow, I am like so out of touch, because anything that's happened in the last 7 years, I have no idea, because like I said, I don't watch it. So, hey, Ed, thank you for the shout outs. I am back online after the storms. Hey, ADK, man, you're very welcome, my friend. Not a problem at all. And I'm glad you're back on it. I know you guys got hit up there. That's no fun. Yeah, we had the last stream that I did here Tuesday. We had a storm come in. It was near the end of the stream, and it really it was huge. So it was amazing how that goes. Oh, so I haven't put them up yet, but I'm going to be throwing a couple pictures up. I got the entire yard cut today. So I hit all up in the front area here that didn't get cut the last time I cut the grass, because I was going to finish it up the next day. And then we had about 10 days straight of rain. So that was a nightmare to do that area. So I did that area. I did the rest of the yard again. So looks much, much better. So I'm going to throw some pictures up. Oh, people had asked too, and I wanted to address this too. So you saw the bags, plastic bags full of the potatoes, right? I showed that on Twitter and I showed that on Instagram. I took those potatoes, and people were saying, oh, you got to let them dry out for a few days to get the skins tougher and stuff like that. Okay. What I've done with the potatoes, all of those potatoes are in the greenhouse, and I did take pictures, which I will be putting up on Twitter and Instagram probably after the stream is over with. I put them out there so they get a couple days to get the skins harder, because you have to let them cure, I guess is what they call it. They call it curing. So you let them dry out. We washed off the potatoes. We set them out there. They're going to dry out for a couple days, and then they're going to not go into a plastic tote. So just so you know, I'm definitely not going to do that. See, I listen to what you guys say. So I'm going to look for some kind of a wooden crate to put them in, and we're going to layer them. So that's what we're going to do with them, and then they're going to go probably underneath the house, to be able to be used over the course of the winter. So, but I'd make club spinach. It's an official army recipe. Okay, but yeah, wooden crate in a cool area. Yeah, so I want to have them available for you know wintertime, and so that's why we did it. You know what I mean? Hey, Ed, I noticed you drink Arizona. Is that the only flavor you drink? I really, really like the green tea. It is my favorite with the Arizona. I get it on sale whenever it's on sale. Normally it's 99 cents a can, which again is cheap, but I wait till it goes on sale for two for a buck, and then I generally load up. I actually just bought 2 cases of it the last time I was down at Walgreens. Walgreens does the 2 for 1 sale quite often. So you know, I I go down, I load up, and so I'm happy with that. So that's what I do. You want to come over and say hello real quick?
I'm gonna fix my mask real quick.
There's Miss
Hello.
Heather. So birdies are. Did you get the puppies back in yet?
They're not in yet. I'll go grab them now.
Okay, all right. So you don't have to do it right this moment, but
Oh, wait, remember that I locked the birdies
you
out
have to
earlier.
protect your potatoes from mice under the house.
Oh,
I have 7 cats. I will repeat that again. I have 7 cats. No, the potatoes will be protected, but the cats definitely they know what their job is and they do their job very very well. We don't have a rodent problem out here at the homestead, not at all. So that is that is a good thing. But I want to do really quickly. I want to do some shout outs. Obviously, 80K man, you see him here in the chat. So let's go over to his channel and show him some support. He does a lot of stuff up in the Adirondacks, showing different campsites and a lot of that type of stuff up there. Beautiful, beautiful country. So let's go show him some support and go over to his channel and subscribe. You can tell him too that I sent you, even though he's already going to know because he's in the chat. So, but that's okay. You're very welcome, man. 80K man was at the prepper get together, guys. He was there on Sunday. Very, very nice gentleman. We got a chance to shoot the breeze a little bit. Good guy. So um, definitely go over there and show him some support. Obviously, Icky Can up in Canada as well. And JJ, if you throw Icky Can's link up there as well, because it's tougher for people. He is up in Canada, is a really good guy. He's been living off grid probably a year less than I have. And he had told me when he did it that I had inspired him to go off grid. And he's doing a great job up in Canada. And he's a good guy. So definitely go up there, show him some support, and tell him that Prepper Nurse One sent you as well. Very, very down to earth guy as well. Obviously, Sean James, who has that channel, and he also has My Self Reliance. Unbelievably cool guy. I've never talked to him, but I just respect him a lot. Very, very hardworking man. Younger than me. He's like 50, so he's younger than me. But he's starting all over again as well, and he's doing a really good job at it. It's amazing to watch him build. Okay, unbelievable to watch him build. Doug and Stacy, another good channel. A lot of great information on their channel as well. Marfugal News is another great guy. Been on his show several times, and really, really respect him as well as a good dude out there in Seattle. Show him some love as well and tell him the Prepper Nurse One sent you as well. You have Magic Prepper. We have Alaskan Prepper. We have Alaskan Granny. We have Prepper Princess. Let's see. Southern Prepper 1 would be another one. Green Greg's is another one. So there's a lot of channels out there. Let's see. Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Love what he does on there too. A lot of very, very good information on there. And he's a very, very smart individual. So Angry Prepper, of course, Angry Prepper down in New York City. A lot of good information, and he's right there firsthand seeing the craziness that is happening in New York City. So definitely pay attention to what he's doing as well. There's a lot of great channels out there, guys. We should all be supporting each other. Boss of the Swamp is another one that I'm thinking of, and but we should be supporting each other. I think it's important to do that. We should be lifting each other up instead of pulling each other down. So, and if we have a reset, will the dollar go away? You know what? I think they're going to have a real hard time doing that, Hope. Thank you for that question. It's a really, really good question. Oh, pinball preparedness. I forgot, of course. Pinball, another guy we should be supporting, and also Gray Man Prepping. So he's another one, Gray Man. Go definitely support him as well. But No, as far as I would be a really they would love to get rid of the dollar, and they would love to go digital with everything, because that's another way to control everything. They're not making money. The problem for a lot of these guys is hello. Oh, thank you, baby girl. Thank you, baby. So you look at her nice collar. She's got a nice collar now. I know. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. All right. I don't know where her mouth has been, so I love you when you kiss me. I do, but I don't know what you've been eating outside in the yard. No, I don't. So she's getting big. So she will be. Let's see. I think she's eight. She's 8 months old now, so she'll be 9 months on the 6th. I believe that is when her next thing is. But yeah, she's growing. She's filling out. You can see she's very emaciated. Poor dog. Very abused. She's frightened. You can see that too. She's a good puppy. She really is. But the reason that they want to do a digital currency is, yeah, she's a German Shepherd, guys. She's a German Shepherd. Very good natured dog. Just she's awesome. She is awesome. I've had people come to the house and they said, "Can we see the dog?" And so she gets nervous. So I bring her out, and if she's next to me, she's not aggressive in any way. I think if somebody was trying to hurt me, I think she would definitely be aggressive. But she's a good puppy. Yeah, Jen met her. Her and her husband were here, and so I had them stop by, and so they got to meet her. And she was nervous. You could tell she was nervous, but no, I was making a joke, Vicky. So, and there's Caesar. So we'll show you Caesar as well. He's not going to jump up because he's a very chill dog. So, all right, there we go. So anyway, um, yeah, Hella is gorgeous. She's a good pup. She's a real good pup. And as she gets older, she will get more protective, and that's her job. So, you know, okay. So talking about their job, so you're gonna love this. So obviously, when people make certain comments, I know that they don't watch the channel, okay, because it's like, hello. So somebody made a comment today when I had the video and I showed the deer in the earlier video today at the garden, and they said, well, if your dogs aren't running off those deer, they're not doing their job. It is very difficult for the dogs to run off any deer when they are in a dog run. If you watch the channel, you would see that. It's amazing how that works. The dogs are in a dog run. They do not freely run wherever they want to here. That's not how it works. So, and I do that to keep them safe, to keep other people safe. You know, people are amazing. They're amazing. Oh my God. But you do not want your dogs getting deer ticks. Well, that's why they all have a collar. They all have the Seralto collars. So and dogs will chase deer, yes, but and you don't want that. You don't want, because it is legal. Just so you guys know, it is legal in New York. If you see a dog running deer, you can kill the dog. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that is legal to happen in New York State. Okay, so maybe you could fence off the property, Ed. Billy the Kid Norwood said that. It would be a 3 acres worth of fencing. That would be big fencing. So I'm okay with where we're at. Like I said, we can get the spray and spray the garden so that the deer don't come into the gardens. And the dogs are safe, and they have their run, and they have a huge run, and they can go and do whatever they want to do. And now I have Miss Pandora has come to say hi. Hold on a second. We'll do one more time. Here's Miss Pandora. So everybody has come in to greet me now. Oh, and wait a minute. For those of you that needed a cat sighting, there's Mr. Max. uh, but yeah, expensive, exactly. That would be very, very expensive. So, yeah, so anyway, you know, dogs are doing good. So, if a dog is after any livestock, it can be shot. 80K man said, yeah, exactly. So, that's why you need to keep your animals under control. That's what you do. And that's why when you have an animal that attacks people, things have to be done. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, anyway, but not to mention they might get hit in the road. Exactly. So, I like my dogs. I know that they're safe. I know that they're in their area where they're going to be okay. So, a full-grown moose will kill just about anything. Yeah, those things are enormous. When you're talking about a 1,500-pound animal, you know, they're unreal how big those things are. Oh yeah, her mom is beautiful. They look just like her. Yeah, yep. So you guys saw Sun up at Greg's property. Yep, they look a lot like their mother. Yep, they sure do. So that's Caesar and Pandora. That's their mom. And we would take Caesar and Pandora up there for them to play with her. Oh my God, they just see them. They're so funny. So love your garden, Ed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The garden's done really, really well. Um, you know, they're really, really the garden has been unbelievable this year, and it keeps producing. We picked more squash today. We picked cucumbers today. We picked more beans today. So it is definitely, you know, it is definitely, it's been good. It's been doing really, really well. So it's been very, very productive this year, which is great. Yeah, Caesar, like as in Caesar Augustus from Rome. I named him. Heather named Pandora, and then I named Hella. So, and then the cats, Eddie named Max, so that's Maximus from the movie. And what do we got here? Stick Irish Spring on the poles at the end of the garden. Well, like I said, we got to spray, so we're just going to spray it again, and that keeps them away. So we're not too concerned about it. It just needed to be reapplied because of all the rain that we had. I was gone for 2 weeks, and when I got home, my garden had exploded. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. That is awesome. Ed, what is gray water? Okay, gray water and black water. Gray water is like your kitchen sink water. It is your shower water. That's gray water. Black water is from your toilets. So there's the difference between gray water and black water. AARP doctor wants to give psychedelic drugs to seniors. Really? I hadn't seen that one. You should make Hella sing and put it on YouTube. Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you what, she's getting that bark. And when she barks now, you look and you go, what? Because it's definitely a tough guy bark. It is definitely that. It's very, very wild to see her do that. Hey, we the people, do you see spike in food prices soon? Wood is 300% up. Metals 150% up. Food next, maybe hyperinflation starting in January of next year. Well, food prices, we the people, are already up hugely from where they were. You have shrinkflation is what they're doing too. And I don't know if people have been paying attention to that, but they're decreasing the size of the portions of what you're getting. Because I don't know if you guys remember, you used to get a 5 pound bag of sugar for whatever the price. I'm going to make a price up because I don't even know what the price of sugar is now. But let's say it was 99 cents for 5 pounds of sugar. Well, they reduced the size to a 4 pound bag of sugar and kept the price the same. So that's a 20% increase in price alone right there. And the prices have continued to go up. So all the prices of food have gone up. They're creating an artificial shortage of things, and I think it's being done on purpose. Food prices are going up all over the place. I know that Heather and I went grocery shopping the other day, and it was like ridiculous the price of food now. You try to get like even cold cuts, like a half a pound of like roast beef. Okay, half a pound of roast beef is like $7. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous how expensive things have gotten. And it's not gonna. And you know, it's funny. So yeah, somebody just said beef is outrageous. Hope King just said that. When you had all these farmers that were forced by the government to put their cattle down, they were ready to go to slaughter to be put out there on the market, and they were told to put them down instead. It's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. But that continues to happen, and it's not going away. You know, so our German Shepherd saying, "Dad taught our dog." Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, you could. I'm going to tell you what. Very, very intelligent animals. Very intelligent animals. So, but I love to watch her when she like bounds through the field, like when we let her out of the run, and she'll like bounce, literally bounce through the weeds and stuff. It is so cool to see. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Well, come here. Well, get over here. Yes, I am talking about you. I am. So, my dad always said, when prices go up, let it rot. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's why, like I said, I've been telling you guys, I think that it's really imperative to get those gardens going, continue to get those gardens going, and, you know, and do all that. Yes, you're a pretty girl. You are so pretty. Yes, you are. She's a good baby. She is definitely daddy's girl. There's no doubt about that. So Heather even says, wherever you go, that dog goes. I said, well, that's what she does. But yeah, guys, like I said again, I would encourage all of you to continue to stock up. You know, I don't see things getting better. Prices are going to continue to go higher. So when people say, well, why do you prep? Why do you put stuff up? Well, things right now, and I want you to think about it this way, things are never going to be cheaper than they are right now. They're only going to go higher. So if you stock up and you go out and you buy yourself 50 pounds of, you know, red kidney beans, just using that as an example, 2 months from now, those red kidney beans are going to cost more. Lentils, same thing. The price is just continuing to go up. I remember getting a bag of lentils for 99 cents a bag. Split green peas, same thing, 99 cents a bag. It is much higher now. So, do you play outside with her? Yes, I do. Yep. But she is a jumper. She likes to jump. So and she's big, so she plays. She plays a little rough. So, but she's a good baby. So let's do this, guys. Let's do We Are Legion, because we are many. And before we do that, we're at 441. Let's get that more thumbs up if we haven't done so yet. So let's do that first. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, let's do that to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time. Also, nope, no skunks yet. Thank goodness. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up, of course, is the third reason. So thank you for that reason. And also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so we have upstate South Carolina, BC, Canada, Southwest Virginia, Northern California. We have Texas, the Adirondacks. We have Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Nowhere, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Mount Kentucky, I believe that's what you were trying to say, BC, Canada, Coolidge, North Carolina, Cleveland, Ohio, BC, Canada, Tampa Bay, Florida, Beech Grove, Indiana, Ulster Park, New York, East Tennessee, Vancouver, BC, Canada, Delaware, California, Nebraska, Hudson, Florida, Central Missouri, Wisconsin, East Tennessee, Base Camp, Bassett, Virginia, Fort Worth, Texas, Southwest Ontario, Canada, Southwest Arkansas. We have Delaware, Kent in England, very nice. Let's see, we have Florida, Disneyland, Humboldt, Texas, Arlington Heights, Illinois, East Tennessee, Michigan, San Diego, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Central West Virginia, Orlando, Florida, Surrey, England, very nice, welcome. Western New York, Uncertain, Texas, Hunting Zone A1 in Pennsylvania, Mesa, Arizona. We have Australia in the house, welcome. Northeast Pennsylvania, uh, Gelton, Pennsylvania, Charleston, Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, Kentucky. We have Canada again, St. Augustine, Florida, Littletown, New Hampshire, Newburgh, New York, Mid-Appalachians. We have Stoke in England, very nice, Montana, Pensacola, Florida. We have Tennessee. We have Iowa, South Central Kansas. So again, we are all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network of people. Australia, New Zealand, the UK. We're all over the place. We're all over the United States. We're all over Canada. So, we are a huge family. We're a huge network of people. We are truly the ones that can make a difference now and when the time comes. We are the ones that really can. We can make a difference if we help people or don't help people. That's what it's going to come down to. And it's a choice that we're all going to have to make. Who do you help and who do you not help? And that's a very difficult call. And I think people need to really take that into consideration. Think about those things now, because you can't help everybody. You can't help people that won't help themselves, number one. I think that's important. And people need to think about that. So, just something to keep in mind. We have Plano, Texas. I hadn't seen that one before. But again, I'm telling you, stock up on your food, get ready, get your dry goods, get your canned goods, get your freeze-dried foods. You need to be diversified in your preps. Make sure you have your seeds so that you can grow your gardens in the spring. Because I'm telling you, you look back in history is a great indicator of what's going to happen. During the Great Depression, the woods were hunted dry, and it took like 30 years for the woods to recover. We have a lot more people now than we did in the Great Depression in this country. A lot more people. We are not going to be hunters. Well, we will be in the very beginning of an SHTF event, but we won't be long. We're going to be growers and we're going to be gatherers. So you need to know what you have, what is going to be available, what you're going to be able to use. The key to prep for food is you're trying to get through at least that first winter. That's the key. You get to the spring when you can eat your wild edibles, when you can, start doing all the different things to be able to have, food production. Because I'm telling you, we're going to be growers and gatherers. And unless you have a privately stocked pond that nobody else fishes, or you have access to something where nobody else is there, those things are not going to be available, because everybody and their brother is going to be out there doing the same exact thing. Everybody's going to be out there hunting everything that's moving in the woods. It's going to be a very dangerous place to be. So we need to think about those things now and prepare accordingly. Okay. So just prep. Keep getting ready. Keep getting ready. So anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, for doing what you do. And I have a lot of secret areas. 80K man, I'll bet you do up in the Adirondacks. I'll bet you do. Like I said, we got to get 80K man. We got to get through that first winter. We make it through the first winter, it's going to be a whole lot less people in the United States after that first winter. A whole lot less. So that's something that you need to be prepared for as well. And you know what? When there's a whole lot less people, there will be supplies that you can pick up. And I'm not talking food, but I'm talking useful tools, things that are going to help your survival be a lot easier. after that first winter, because there's going to be a lot less people. So something to think about. Um, Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys being here and the support that you give me on this channel. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for everybody that has become part of a member. You'll see some of them lit up in the chat, so they're here in the chat as well. So I thank everybody for doing that as well. It's very much appreciated. Every little bit helps, believe me. Uh, Also, remember, folks, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. Again, if we could focus on that, we're going to be in so much better shape as a world. Realizing that we all bleed red, that we are all human beings, that we're not a color. We're not defined by our race, our religion, or our political affiliation. None of it means anything. None of it does, okay? Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important we tell the people that we care about every day. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. All right? Stay safe. I will see you Saturday. I will be live streaming on Saturday. Sunday, I don't know yet. Depends on when we get into the hotel. I may throw up a video, or I might do a live stream on Sunday. I don't know yet. Okay, so you may get one Saturday, and then you might get another one Sunday. But it'll be after a long day on the road for Sunday. So I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody's doing great. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.